Hi everybody, it's Miss Peachy from your WCA Marine Science class, and today I'm going to be doing a quick tutorial on your HMS Challenger Journal of a Scientist portfolio. That is your third portfolio for marine science this semester. Pretty much you're going to be creating a journal as though you were a crew member or a scientist aboard the HMS Challenger, which was a very pivotal and revolutionary mission back in 1872 to 1876. They sailed around the world, which I had a picture up here for that. Where is that one? Nope. This one? Nope. This one? Nope. This one. Yep, here we go. Sorry. This is the one. They sailed around the world from England all the way around through the Atlantic, Indian, into the Pacific Ocean, and back to England again in 3.5 years. And it took tons and tons of samples of the ocean floor, life at the ocean floor at different levels within the column of water, temperature, different chemistry readings, used some different instrumentation that didn't exist until that time, and got a much better picture of what the ocean was like than they ever had before. Changed a lot of misconceptions, a lot of firmly held beliefs that were wrong at that time. Okay, so you're going to make a journal, and you should make this as realistic as possible. Put yourself in that position. You're going to be not only rated based on how correct you are and how close you follow the directions, but how much detail you put into it and how original it is. Excuse me. You only need 3 entries, and those 3 entries should be dated. At the beginning of each entry, you want to include a brief statement of where the ship is, what date you were there, and the weather conditions. So you're going to be referring back to this map. So you can pick some dates along the journey here. On August of 1875, you were in the Hawaiian Islands. You were in Tahiti in September of 1875. So there's various places along the journey that have been dated, and that's what you should choose from. Your dates should correspond with your journal entry. And then the weather conditions should correspond with where you are on Earth and the time of year it is. Remember that it's winter in the southern hemisphere in like the June, July, August time frame, and it's summer in the southern hemisphere in the January, February, March time frame. So kind of keep that in mind as well. Also, let's see here. Okay, so then for day 1, you're going to describe tools that were used as a scientist on the journey. Samples that you were recovered, how the tools worked, what they took samples of, what types of samples they were, what information that provided to the scientists. Make sure you're using instrumentation that is period specific. You shouldn't be giving me modern day equipment because this is back in 1871 to 1872 to 1876, right? So how do you find that information? Well, if you look on the next page, there's a list of resources. And this list of resources is going to give you an account of the voyage, including some instrumentation, sampling, different labs they had on board, types of samplers that they used, certain creatures that they found that were unique and new. Also, there's a description of that was data that was collected. Oh. Apparently that link does not work anymore, so we'll have to see if I can come up with an alternate link, and then I'll email that to you guys. Sorry about that. The next day, again, pick a day and a location and make sure it's dated and it's not just says day 2. You have the day off that day. What would you be doing for fun? Remember, you're in the middle of the ocean. And what type of activities would you participate in? Also describe a meal that you had. And again, this should be period specific and realistic for being out in the middle of sea. There are more information. English Navy life at sea, if you click on Nelson's Navy here, talks about what they did for fun, what they ate, how did they prepare that food. So that's information that you should incorporate into your journal entry as well. And the last day you're sick. So again, the date, where you are, weather conditions. Uh-oh, you're sick. What is your illness? What are your symptoms? How do you feel? How are they trying to treat you? Remember, you're out in the middle of the ocean again, and this is period specific. So don't, come up with some crazy technique for treatment that doesn't exist back in that day. So again, a link provided for you, Diseases at Sea. This one will give you plenty of information on types of diseases that were commonplace at sea during the 1800s. And, you're going to talk about how potentially you got it, how you feel, and how they're trying to make you better. Also, don't forget to include a works cited. Even though I know I have these links here for you, I still want you to give me a works cited. Many people do this as a PowerPoint, which I think works out really well. Or you can also do it as a Microsoft Word document and make it kind of as a journal. I think people get very creative with this before. Put it on special, kind of fancy paper and use calligraphy type of writing and, kind of make it very interesting and creative. Okay. So if you have any questions, it says please include a bibliography, just so you know that it is put in the lesson. It's worth 30 points. If you have any additional questions, give me a holler. My extension is 2204. Have a great day, everybody.